to go ahead and start things off with a world tour. I've been working on this world for, I guess, about a month at this point, and started to show things off. So this is the fishing supplies I got. Down here we have an infinite cactus farm. These cactuses pop off the top, flow down into this chest. We have a sugarcane farm. We have a wheat farm, which is the primary source of food that I had for a very long time. We have a kelp farm, which is actually the main source of fuel I try to use. And then we have an semi-automatic pumpkin farm. Everything is sort of semi-automatic right now, except for the cactus farm, because I do not have the quartz, because I have not been to the Nether yet in order to retrieve the materials in order to build that. So this is sort of an underground area, kind of underground this inn that I've created. And it sits on the coast. Nice little inn. Sits on the coast here, right next to a ruined nether portal, which I did not know was here when I started building. And it's kind of a constant source of these drowned that are constantly kind of out here in the water. But it's kind of constantly looming over my head. So if we go down here, so this is a new tunnel that I sort of dug the other day, trying to get into my my mines, which I was actually able to successfully do, but it actually is a good entrance to show sort of the scale of the mines and everything. Because the cave generation has gotten kind of crazy in this game. Okay. Alright, well, there we go. So, as you can see, I've explored a lot of the spots down below. It's a pretty big, pretty expansive mine. And it's pretty deep. You can look down, and I mean it's quite a long ways down. Tried to explore up here as well, just so that way I could kind of gain some perspective. I mean, well, we'll just make sure that I was safe. And we can kind of come over here. Now this is an area that I had previously explored before I dug the tunnel, but you can kind of see scale-wise, it's a pretty large cave system in general that we have. So let's go ahead and walk down these stairs, walk around. So this is sort of the higher area in the cave system. It's pretty large. We can just go walk around. It's actually going to be probably the next build site of where I build something. I'm going to do some terraforming so these rivers are a little bit more predictable. But it's a pretty big open area. I think I'll probably build some cities down, or a city down here. Still lots of unmined ore down here too, because just haven't had the need or the time to really just dig up all the coal and everything, which coal is actually much harder to find. But I haven't needed it because I've been using a lot of kelp. And before kelp, I was using charcoal. And so this cavern is another piece that I found that's sort of, it's a little bit lower. It kind of branches into two directions. They kind of meet back up a little bit further down, but it's pretty neat that this was I was actually able to find this. I actually explored the lower area first, and then kind of stumbled my way all the way up here. There's lots of deep dark holes like this. Probably areas I'll have to address once I start building up here. It looks like there's still a dark area over that way, which actually may be the site of my stairs, and it just might not be like actually solid ground over this way. So I can walk over here. Yeah, it looks like it's just not solid ground, so that's why it's not lit up. So we go down this way. Random chicken. And this is really the main entrance to the lower areas of the mine. This upper area, this is actually the entrance to my mine, and back that way. And it also leads back to the inn, which is really the only building that I've built so far. But as you can see, this area is great because it's got lots of slime chunks available, and this is sort of how you get to the lower area. Now we're going to kind of avoid this slime because I don't really want to fight it. And so just sort of pass by. So obviously this bridge wasn't here. That goes back up to that higher area that we were just kind of at earlier. And then we can kind of go deeper and deeper into the mine. Oh, that's weird. Until eventually we start kind of seeing this deep slate material, and deep slate is a new type of basically cobblestone. When you get really deep and dark into the earth, it's just like kind of a darker version of cobblestone. But you know, this area sort of got explored. This is normal cobble, and then down here is this is where I was actually getting my first obsidian. It looks like it's still got some gold ore down there. It's been largely unexplored down there. I mean, we can go down. It's been sort of largely unexplored. There's some side caves that go off over there. I've tried to light it up, but I haven't really looked around for resources all that much because I really haven't had a need to do too much exploring down here. As you can see, there's lots of slime chunks down here too. I do not have any problems acquiring slime. I've had an overabundance of slime since pretty much this world has started. So that's kind of a good thing. Not, you know, sometimes it's really hard to find slime, but it's also sort of irritating just because, you know, slime spawns in well-lit areas, like that one over there, which can be kind of a little bit of a headache sometimes when you're just trying to walk around. They're generally easy enough to avoid. And then I got this area up here. This was leading to that sort of ravine that we were looking at earlier, and I'll just sort of show what the perspective looks like from down here. If we go over this way, you'll see that llama that was jumping up and down in the water, but you can see straight up, scale-wise, this place is absolutely massive as far as the caves go in scale. And then there's our jumping llama. Haven't obviously got ourselves a zombie friend up top. Still need to light those areas up. It's sort of difficult to get up to them. I mean, obviously there's no clear path to them, but they don't generally pose all that much of a threat to me. So that is good. It looks like right click on my mouse is not working. So I may get to a safe spot, pause the recording, hop back in. Alright. So things should be a little bit better now. So, yeah, this is the cave system that we've sort of explored so far. Obviously, there's a lot more that can be explored. And yeah, this is sort of the base, and we'll walk out of the other entrance just so that way. Or sorry, this is the mine. We'll walk out the other entrance just so you can see sort of where things are. I'll show you the starting mine that I started in and how I kind of found my way over here. It's kind of interesting. So it started with a strip mine that looked like this, that went to this way. And we'll go to the original mine that I had first, and then we'll circle back to how to get out. It sounds like there's a spider nearby there. I don't know if it's on the surface of the world. Probably not. There's probably some sort of cave there, which is interesting because I've never heard anything in this walkway before. So this will take you back up towards the base, and we will go up that way. And so that's sort of like a path that I accidentally found one day that led down into my mine shaft. Because I had to build that bridge across, and I just sort of discovered it. But this is sort of my original mine. It's nothing too special, but you know, this crater here was formed when a creeper chased me down in here, which is why I added the door. But you know, nothing too crazy. This was actually the where I spent the first couple nights, eating pork chops and steak, just digging down, and then I started strip mining through here, which is sort of what you're seeing with the 3 high blocks, the 3 high tunnel, and then eventually kind of tunneled into that cave system that is pretty much become my main mine. And then we can go up this way. You still got some resources on the walls. I mean, I'm not hurting for copper either. But we come up here, we got this nice path. Got ourselves a nice Enderman. Nice path, leads directly back to our inn, which I have surrounded in a wall just to protect myself from the zombies. This area right here was originally where my crop farm was for a long time. And then this area down here, I've kind of dug this area out. It was completely, it was like built up as tall as the upper area was. Dug this out. I'm actually going to turn this sort of into a port city. Did not know that the nether portal was here when I started building. It's kind of nice. There was a lot of resources in there. I think there was some obsidian, which I'm going to use eventually to build a nether portal. I think I have more than enough. I've also mined some from inside. I mean, I could break down that portal eventually, but I do have the enchant. Well, I obviously haven't enchanted my current gear, but I do have an enchant that I can put on a helm that will allow me to breathe underwater a little bit better, and you could probably gather that material. But it's surrounded in this lava block, which you can see the bubbles moving down. It pulls you down towards them, and if you stand on them, they hurt you, which is why you see those fish flashing red. So it makes things a little bit hard to just kind of be down there. I've tried to light it up as much as I can to prevent as many of the drowned spawning as possible. The drowned aren't actually too hard to fight. They're a lot like zombies. The tricky part about the drowned is sometimes they spawn with ranged weapons. Particularly, I don't see any right now. See, he sees me right now. I can just kind of step away and he won't pursue. It's nighttime. Maybe he will. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it even hurts the drowned when they stand on it, which I don't know, I find it a little bit surprising. Obviously, it doesn't hurt them that much because they seem to keep walking across it just fine. But yeah, sometimes they will spawn with tridents. I think we're gonna go inside. Just keep aggroing these guys. Maybe we'll actually sleep. Yeah. Get some sleep and then watch them burn in the daylight. So yeah, that's the sort of the base tour. At least so far. Nothing too crazy. my intent is to kind of continue to build this area up a little bit. I want to build inside of the cave, sort of build a dwarven city. But yeah, that is the plan.